Hey friends, welcome back to Homestead on a Prayer. I'm here today with my Azure haul for the month of June. You may have noticed that I actually skipped last month. That is because honestly I just completely spaced out and I missed the deadline for ordering my Azure haul last month. So I'm actually doing a little bit of catch up this month. So I'm just going to walk you through all the products that I just picked up and we'll talk a little bit about plans for them. Now I do just want to mention you may hear a little bit of rustling in the background. That is my cute little kitchen assistant. So if you hear some tumbling and scratching, that's what's going on. That's my kitten Belle. So let's get into this Azure haul. So the first thing that I have restocked this month is this lip balm here. I really like this Singing Dog lip balm. They're all some type of vanilla flavor, so I got the vanilla coconut and the vanilla mint. I got a 3-pack of each of these. So I really like these. I think they go on really smoothly and they're just a nice, good texture. Just compared to other lip balms that I've tried, I do really like them, plus they're all organic and the ingredients are really good compared to a lot of other lip balm. So I do like to get those. The coconut is my favorite, but the mint is really good too. So next I am restocking these dried grubs here. Now, this is not for me, this is for my chickens. My chickens love these. This is definitely their favorite of any prepackaged treats that they get. And this is actually the way that I bribe my girls to go back in the coop if I'm going inside or I need to leave somewhere. If I pull this out, I throw a couple handfuls in, they go running in. So I actually was just about out. I actually ran out the day before my Azure pickup, so this was perfect timing. So I bought in this box here, there came 3 of these big bags of grubs. These are a little bit pricey. I think it was about $80 for the 3 bags. Now each bag is 3.5 pounds. These do last a really long time. Now I have 5 adult chickens and these bags will last me probably 3 months each. Of course, that's obviously going to depend on how much you actually feed your chickens, these grubs, but for me they last a really long time. So for something that I have to buy less than once a year, I think that's a good price. These are healthier for chickens than mealworms. They have a little more nutrition in them. My chickens love them, so for me, it's worth it. Now next, I got some chocolate, because what's a grocery trip without a little bit of chocolate? Now this I actually meant to just get 1 of, but somehow I accidentally ordered 2. My daughter will be very pleased because this was actually her request that I ordered these. So this is milk chocolate caramel crunch. You can tell that it's my daughter that wanted these because I greatly prefer dark chocolate. Actually, everyone in my family prefers dark chocolate except my daughter. But she wanted some milk chocolate, so I went ahead and ordered these. Now this is my treat here. This is the organic salted toffee. This is 55% dark chocolate. I really like this brand Theo. It's fair trade, organic. The other brand actually that I showed is also, this one is also fair trade and organic as well. This is Equal Exchange. So this is a tried and true favorite. I really like that one. And I decided to try one other flavor of bar by the same company. This is Cherry Almond, and this is 70% dark, so it's a little bit darker. Now, I have never tried this before, but it sounded really good. And since I really like the salted toffee by the same company, I thought this one would be worth a try. Now next, I'm going to show you guys these so that I can go ahead and get these back in my freezer. I got these Stacy's organic tortillas. I buy these regularly. I find that while the ingredients aren't perfect, they are better than anything else that I can find locally and at a comparable price. And we've been really happy with them. They do come frozen and I just defrost a pack as I need it. So I ordered them in a pack of 3 bags. So I ordered 2 packs. My plan is to make some breakfast burritos with probably about half these tortillas. I'm going to make some pre-made breakfast burritos to keep in my freezer. I do have a video where I did that maybe 6 months ago or so. I can go ahead and link that if you're interested. So that's what about half of them are for, and the other half we'll just use throughout the month when we want to make some sort of tacos or burritos or some sort of Mexican food like that. I'm going to go ahead and stick these back in my freezer so they don't defrost, and then I'll meet you back here to show you the rest of what I got. So all those tortillas are back in the freezer, and now we can continue on. So next, I got this 5-pound box of frozen raspberry pieces. You can see it's empty. I actually already got the raspberries into my freezer. One thing I will say, if you get the frozen raspberry pieces, they do defrost very quickly. Now, raspberries in general do defrost really quickly, but when you get the pieces, I find it's even faster. So what happens a lot of times, my Azure haul that I usually go to is about 20 minutes from my house. So by the time I get home, my raspberries are usually starting to soften a little bit. So I find the best thing to do is to just take them out of the bag right away and just package them up into, I use basically little quart-sized freezer bags. I package them up into a smaller amount so that it doesn't refreeze into a giant block that it's a lot less usable. Now, obviously, if you get the pieces, you know they're not going to be whole raspberries. So I find that when I buy frozen raspberries, I'm mostly using them for things like flavoring water kefir or for making smoothies with, sometimes for baking with. Basically things that it doesn't really matter if the raspberry is whole or not. By buying the pieces, I think it's about 50% of the cost, so I save a lot of money. So if you don't care about the raspberries being whole, buying the pieces is a great money saver. But just take it from me, unless you bring a cooler with ice in it to keep them frozen on your drive home, or if you live very close to your Azure drop, it is, in my experience, a little bit easier to just package them up individually when they first get home, and then you just have a small bag to deal with rather than a big 5-pound bag. So next I just got 1 jar of this Portland ketchup. This is a little bit of a splurge. It's a little bit pricey. We don't go through a ton of ketchup at my house, and I do prefer this to Heinz or something like that that you can get at the store, even if you get the organic version. I still prefer this. It just has a little bit of a richer flavor, I think. So I just got one of these. Like I said, a little bit of a splurge, but we'll enjoy it. Next, I got some of this organic pure lemon juice. Now, I really like, if you see, it doesn't even say ingredients. It says ingredient. I know you probably can't even read that on the screen, but it says ingredient, organic lemon juice. So it's not from concentrate, it's just fresh squeezed lemon juice. So I really appreciate that. I will say I did buy this with a specific project in mind, which is probably not going to happen for a while. I was originally planning to make some strawberry lemonade concentrate. I have seen some great recipes for that where you can can it up, and then when you want to use it, you just mix it with water or plain seltzer or something like that, and it sounds so delicious and refreshing. My family just went strawberry picking a few days ago, and we were a little bit late in the season. And also in my area, we had a late frost, which damaged a lot of the strawberry crop. So because of that, we weren't able to get quite as many strawberries as we wanted. So I don't think I have enough to make that project. I may still try to do that with frozen raspberries, but if I'm going to be using frozen raspberries anyway, I'm going to wait till the off season when I have a little more time. So hopefully at some point we'll do that project together. Honestly, I might not get to it till winter. At some point, I'm planning to do that. Now, I'm also restocking my cheese. So here I have basically a 5-pound block of sharp cheddar cheese. It's actually just over 5.5 pounds. Now, if you've seen my Azure hauls before, you know that I love to buy the cheese in bulk. What I do is I get out my food processor, shred the entire thing at once, and then package it up individually into quart-sized freezer bags. I find that this cheese freezes really well. That way I don't have to grate cheese every time I want to use it. And whenever I run out of it in my fridge, I'll just pull another bag out of the freezer. Really easy and simple, and that way you don't have to deal with... So you know, if you buy pre-shredded cheese at the grocery store, it usually has anti-caking agents, which I haven't done a lot of research, but I'm a little bit questionable on them health-wise. If you know any information about that, I would love to hear from you. So go ahead and leave that in the comments below if you have anything. But one thing I know is that it does interfere with the cheese melting as well, and the texture isn't quite as good. So this is a really high quality cheese anyway, so I really prefer to buy this in bulk and then shred it myself. Now, in addition to the sharp cheddar, I also got a block of Monterey Jack. This is just over 5 pounds of Monterey Jack cheese. And same thing, I just shred this, keep it in my freezer, and pull it out as needed. So we like to use the Monterey Jack in a lot of more Mexican style cooking. We'll top enchiladas with this, we'll use it on tacos, things like that. So I like to have both of these cheeses on hand pretty much all the time. So next, I got a 10-pound bag of these big organic onions. I have been purchasing all of my onions lately through Azure, and I've been really happy with them. I find that they last pretty well. I find that the onion size does tend to be larger. So again, if you've been watching my Azure hauls, you know that a lot of times, because the onions are so large, I'll only use half of it in a dish, but then I chop the rest of it, put it in a bag in my freezer, and then I can pull that out sometime when I only need a little bit of onion. If I'm just making a personal omelet for myself and I don't want to chop up a whole onion, I can just grab a little handful of onion, and it's just a great little time saver. Now, the last item that I got this month is a 12-pack of this pasta. So I've been really happy with this pasta. This is organic durum semolina. I like the fusilli shape. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but this shape here. I like this because the twists, I feel like they hold on to sauce really well, and I just think it's a fun shape. So my local stores are really limited on what I can get for organic pasta. So it's a little bit more pricey to get this through Azure, but it's definitely higher quality, and I really do enjoy it. Now again, if you've watched my previous Azure hauls, you probably noticed that I don't have my favorite butter this month. I normally, pretty much every month, will buy the Rumiano's organic grass-fed butter. So good, so delicious. It's that nice rich yellow, so you know that it's grass-fed and full of goodness. I really love that butter. They were out of stock this month. And as I mentioned before, I missed ordering in time to get my pickup last month. And the month before that, I didn't order any butter because I had so much in the freezer. So I'm down to, I think, 1 block of butter left in my freezer. So I'm probably going to have to buy butter at Walmart or someplace like that, which is going to be a serious downgrade. So I'm really hoping that for my July pickup, they have that butter back in stock and I can get some of that. So thank you for hanging out with me and joining me in my kitchen today and hanging out with my little kitchen helper as we went over this Azure haul. I hope that this is helpful to you as you're deciding what to purchase from Azure and just to see a little bit of what they offer. If you are new to Azure, I'm going to go ahead and leave my referral link in the video description. If you choose to sign up for Azure through my referral link, that does give my channel a small little thank you referral bonus. So I really do appreciate, for those of you who take the time to do that, it does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. So for those of you who have shopped with Azure before, I would love to hear some of your favorite products. So if you could leave those in the comments below, I would love to hear what you like to get from Azure. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I can't wait to see you soon. I'll see you next time.